Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm in a new place tonight. I'm so excited that Scrapbooking Cards Today is hosting us over here. I'm Kelley Kohout from Honeybee Stamps, and we're so excited to be part of the partner celebration again this year. It's always so much fun to come hang out with some of my usual friends I see over in the comments, and then all of our scrapbook and cards friends as well. So hello, everyone. So we at Honeybee Stamps have just released what we're calling Falloween, because we couldn't decide on a name because it's a little bit fall and it's a little bit Halloween. So we just blended the two together and we're having a great time. And I want to say hello to everyone. Hello. I see Scrapbooking Cards Today magazine is over there. My biggest cheerleader, you've probably been typing with him over here. Chad is helping me with comments. I know some of you have probably seen Catherine and how Jack helps her. I think her hubby's name is Jack. I'm almost positive. Chad's my Jack. And so we are just having a fun time over here. He's a mess like me. And so he's silly. And so we're just going to have a good time. I'm first going to share just a little bit of inspiration that I've collected along the way in preparing for this release. And then we're going to jump into some fall card making with an adorable little lovely layer Scarecrow. So hello, everyone. I see Gail. And let's see, Sandy, hello, Catherine, hello, Nancy, Patricia, Barbara, a lot of friends here. Welcome. And for those of you that will catch the replay later on, thank you so much for catching the replay. Don't forget to check out all the blog posts, because I know all of the Scrapbooking Cards Today partners have little goodies there. I know Honeybee Stamps is giving away a gift card, so make sure you check that out. And without further ado, I'm going to go down to my desk here and I'm going to quickly scroll through some little inspiration cards, and then we're going to get busy, okay? So I'm going to go down here and I've got my little stack, or my big stack of happy cards here. And some of my friends that hang out with me, I know you all have seen this, but we're going to pretend here that we're all newbies here. Okay, so part of our following release, we always do a freebie with each release, and we have had a year of tag die sets as our freebie. So this is the one for our fall release. Makes an adorable, little tag with a little layering coneflower on it. So make sure you check that out. These are always while supplies last, with purchases of $100 or more, but all that information is over on the website for you. And then we have some adorable Halloween for you. This stamp set and coordinating die set is part of a set called Falloween, just like this word says right here. But so much fun to play with, whether you like to stamp and die cut. You can stamp directly on your ink blended backgrounds like I have done, but a lot of fun with this cutesy little set. Then we have some other little Halloween goodies. This is the Happy Haunting set. Super cute. This is a layering stencil set that has coordinating dies, so you can cut out the little ghost or the little jack-o'-lanterns. And then I've paired that with the Too Cute to Spook sentiment die. All right, this is a Lovely Layers bat. Now look at this little guy. He always cracks me up, and I think I get tickled most out of like the little hair in his ears and his funny little heart nose and his funny little face. But he can be created either with his wings spread open like he's going to fly, or he's all tucked up, snug as a bug in his little wings there in a tree. Now, this is more leaning towards the fall stuff, and I am in love with this set. Now, this set is called, and I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose the name. Lisa's gonna put the name for us over here. But this set was designed by Kelly Taylor, who I know a lot of you know. She is an amazing card maker, amazing colorist. And so she designed this set that is full of sunflowers. And of course, I had to choose the big open sunflower with leaves, pair that with some of our beautiful pattern paper. And then I've got a really pretty fall card. Bloom with Grace. It's right there. The name just hit me. So the stamp set by Kelly Taylor is called Bloom with Grace. All right. Next, we have a little two-for die set. So this is part of our front porch collection. And the way that our little front porches work is it starts with a base that makes just an everyday front porch. And then along or throughout the year, we have done little add-ons. And this is our Falloween add-on. And as you can see, you can deck your little front porch out for fall and just have pumpkins and a cute little fall wreath. The doors in this set actually have little hinges, and so you can open them. In the same exact die set as these little goodies, there's also the little Halloween pieces. So you can make your little pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns. You can add a little ghost and some more of the cute little spooky things. But this is the front porch Falloween add-on set. Okay, now another stencil and die set, and I am in love with this one. I love the cute little mushrooms in this, but it's a layering stencil set, so you can create a whole, background if you wanted to do that to be, almost a piece of pattern paper on your card. Then you can use the dies to cut out all the little pieces and have those or use them separately on another card. You could pop those up on your ink blended background. Lots of different ways that you can use this forest floor stencils and dies. Okay. I always say this, but this may be one of my favorites of this release too. I think I say that with every item I pick up, but this is our bold backgrounds pumpkin patch. And as you can see here, it screams pumpkin patch to me. But in this die set, we have this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch background piece that has all of our vines and leaves. And then there's also the layering pumpkins that you can pop up in your little patch. And similar to the stencil set that I shared just a minute ago, you can create a card just like this, or you could just use your layering pumpkins on a whole separate card and just have, little scattered pumpkins or group them together with a beautiful sentiment. And then so lots of different options on the bold backgrounds pumpkin patch. I just love that. I think it turned out so cute. The Autumn Colors stencil set. So this is a stencil set, a layering set that's going to make it super easy to brush on color to create this forest of trees. And so you could do them, and really you could use this all year round. It doesn't have to just be, during the fall with our fall colors, but really fun, different shaped trees, different types of trees. Pair that with a pretty sentiment, and then you've got an easy card put together. This is called Autumn Colors. And then we have some our new cover plate. And if I can kind of get it here and get the sparkle and shine from this Distress Spritz to kind of show up on camera. But this cover plate is called, this one's going to be a stumper too, I think. Lisa's may have to help me on that one. But this is called, the sentiment here is called Great Greetings. Those of you that have followed Honeybee for a little bit maybe remember our buzzwords. Well, we have kind of revamped our buzzwords, and they have been revamped into Great Greetings. And they are just greetings that are simple to either stack up, add on a card, or whatever. What are you looking for? I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it. She can help us. If you'll tell me when she puts it in there, okay. She'll help. Yeah, we're going to get the name of it for you. Chad's helping me in the in the background here. So you can use this, if I can kind of hold it up here, like the thanks word. And this is from the everyday set. We intend to kind of carry this on, but you can use that thin scripty word by itself or stack it on the background like I've done here to make it kind of pop off of the background. And I'm going to lay this right here so I don't forget to get the name of that cover plate for you. Okay, next one. This is an adorable set called Storybook Fall, and this whole stamps and coordinating die set was designed by Dawn Holslegel, and she's an amazing artist. We've got the sweet little puppies, apple trees. It just screams fall. So much fun to put together little scenes with the little cute puppies and the apples and the sweet little birds. Lots of great sentiments in this set as well. Okay, another fun collection. And Lisa, who was over there in the comments, actually made these two cards with our brand new collection called Seasonal Signs. And I know all of you have probably seen maybe on your neighbor's front door or maybe on your front door or somewhere in maybe a home decor store, all the cute little signs. Well, we didn't want our cards to be left out. And so there's different shape signs, and there's actually 3 different shapes in this die set. And then there's a stencil collection if you like to stencil on the designs. There's a little die collection for every season. This one is obviously done for the fall, but there's winter and spring and obviously back to school like Lisa has made here, but super cute little seasonal signs. And we have a new fireplace. So this is the Lovely Layers fireplace. And just like that front porch that I shared with you earlier, it starts out with the base of the fireplace. And then we can kind of deck it out for the seasons. So we have the fireplace here. And then this card that Melissa made actually has some of the fall add-on with it. So we've got the comfy little chair. We have a stack of pumpkins. We even have a basket with a little throw blanket, a rug. We've got a cute little pie and all this fall decor up here. So super cute and fun to change out our fireplace depending on the season. And last but not least, we have the Lovely Layers Scaredy Cat. And our Scaredy Cat is perched here on a background, a 3D background that's called Tangled Webs. And that was done with a 3D embossing folder. And in this die set is the cute little cat that you can choose, to add the little hat onto or not have the hat. The scarf is separate. The pumpkin you can have just as a pumpkin, or you can turn it into a jack-o'-lantern. There's a spider. There's a sweet little bat. All kinds of fun things that you can do with the little cat, especially. I see this little cat being used on lots and lots of cards that are not necessarily for Halloween. So that's going to be a sweet one to use on all types of cards. Okay, Chad, did they
Fabulous fall cover plate?
Fabulous, thank you to my assistant, Chad. The fabulous fall cover plate.
Oh, that ain't me, that's Lisa.
Oh, I know, but you're helping me. So we have the scattered leaves in the background, and this is one of those cover plates that's not going to give you the cut around the edge. So if you are an A2 size card maker, this is going to work. If you're a 5x7 size card maker, you can do in the center of your card, because it's not going to give you those cut lines around the edges, if that makes sense. What it is going to cut are the scattered leaves and dots in the background, and then the rest of the detail in this is all going to be pressed or debossed into your paper, as you see there in all that shimmery spritz. Okay, now without further ado, we're going to create tonight with our Lovely Layers Scarecrow. I'm going to do a whole little fall scene with this little guy tonight. And I have all of my cute little Scarecrow pieces and a few little extra pieces cut in my little dish here. And what I did, instead of cutting all my pieces out of white cardstock like I did for this little guy, I am using some of our brand new pattern paper. And the pattern paper are all of his little outfit and all of his pieces are coming from the Fall is in the Air paper pad. So this is just a beautiful paper pad, lots of really rich, colors that we love to use during the fall, lots of florals, but lots of tone on tone and just great simple backgrounds that we can use on all types of cards as well. There's also some really handy sentiment strips in the back of this. And what I love about this is all the colors that you'll find on these sentiment strips are all going to match all the colors and shades and all the things that were used to create this beautiful paper pad. So, all right. So I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to get busy building our cute little scarecrow. And if any of you have any questions about anything, I know Lisa is over in the comments, and then I have my handy dandy helper here that is going to help because it's hard for me to look up sometimes and see everyone's questions. So what I like to do anytime I've got like lots of layers, I like to kind of lay everything out and get the lay of the land. Look at these cute little overalls. Is that not so stinking cute? And his little hat. And then we've got some other little pieces here. We've even got the little crow that we're going to add to his little shoulder. But all of our lovely layers come with a handy dandy layering guide. And so this is going to be super helpful in putting together my scarecrow, but any of the lovely layers that you might receive. All right, so to start out, I am going to start, let's start with his little clothes. Let's put his body together. And as I mentioned before, I've cut many of his pieces of the little clothes out of our pattern paper. Just whatever colors I thought would be pretty to go on our card. A lot of times I like to, as I mentioned before, cut my paper or my cardstock, just cut everything out of white and ink blend. And if you've been part of any of our Crop and Create classes, maybe, you've probably ink blended along with me. Let's see here. Oh, let's do his little overalls. And I can't wait. I know some of you probably are in the next Crop and Create, and we're so excited for the class that we're going to be joining with. So cute. Look at this. He's got his little overalls on, and I'm actually going to come a little bit closer. I don't want to make you dizzy, but I'm going to come a little bit closer in on my desk there, so we can look at this little guy up close. Now, for his little pieces, if you'll notice, there's a little pocket, there's a patch, there are little buttons, and so I have cut those out of our pattern paper as well. So this little pocket I loved, or this little piece of paper, because it has a sunflower in it, and so that's going to be his little pocket right there. And then let's see what we can find here. And then the little buttons I'm going to put out, and I think I'm going to stop right there. We're going to start doing those. So his little buttons are going to go right up here. I'm going to pull out my handy dandy reverse tweezers. And that can go right about there. And then I'm going to pick up his cute little buttons. And those are going to go right up there to attach his little straps on his overalls. And then I have a little patch for his clothes here in my magic dish as well. There we go. And so I've cut that out of orange as well. And let's put his patch, how about down on his knee? Like his little overalls are worn out. Just like so. And he's come together nicely. Now, let's work on his little face here. So, before I get too far, if you'll notice, this is his little head. So imagine a scarecrow's head that is maybe made out of an old burlap sack or something like that. So a lot of our dyes will emboss the area. So if you are really good with your Copic markers or colored pencils, you could add color or shading into his little face that way. But of course, you know, we've got a dye for that as well. So I'm just going to pop out his cute little scarecrow face, and I can just adhere that right into the spots that were made by the dye. So I'm going to add just a little bit here, and I'll add his little eyes. And I like when I have dyes that do this, or die cuts, when it kind of is a little guide to show me where all of the little pieces and things should go. Pick up his little triangle nose. And you'll have to excuse me if you hear me sniffle or cough, or if I sound a little funny, a little congested. Lisa and I, who's over there, Lisa is what is Lisa? Lisa is the #1 girl boss lady at Honeybee Stamps. Honeybee Stamps couldn't run without Lisa. And she and I had the privilege of traveling to Oregon last week to the Honeybee Stamps warehouse. We do that, ever so often to have meetings or check on things at the warehouse, things like that. And she and I both got whatever, I'm going to call it the crud. We don't know what it is, but we got something. All right, so this is how, look at his little head and see how it layers in there where you have his little hay hair that sticks out and all that good stuff. So I apologize that I'm still a little congested, but we are making it through. All right, so I'm going to line up his little hat, and I'm going to kind of squish it down with my fingers. And if you'll notice here, as I'm kind of getting all this lined up, do you notice how the little green part right there kind of sticks out from behind his head? That's so we get the back part of his hat. And I think that that is so clever. Our artist that creates the artwork and does our dyes for us, she's so smart. And Lisa and I go to her and say, hey, this is our idea. And then we just let her run with it. Oh, Kelley, don't forget little man's face. Jeez Louise. We don't want to forget this little guy's face. And that's what happens when Kelley starts talking. I say this all the time during our live streams, that I start chatting away with all of our friends and then completely goof something, stick something where it doesn't go, forget something. But good thing that the glue had not set up on this little guy. And it's hard to see with the pattern paper here on his little hat, but there's even like little patches or little spots that look like it's been sewn together. That, if you're using solid colored cardstock, those are really going to pop out, or you can ink blend or add those on with like your colored pencil or whatever. Okay, so here is his poor little post that he's going to be stuck on. And then we've got his cute little clothes and his little head, and you can kind of see how he's going to go together here. Before I get too far, I do want to add all the rest of his cute little details. So we've got a little hat band that I cut out of patterned paper. And I can add that right up here. Just like so. We've got little cuffs even for his sleeves. This is a fancy Scarecrow. He's got like the perfect little fall plaid shirt on. And let's see here. I'm going to add this way. Oops. There we go. I'm going to let my tweezers do the work here and get my big old fingers out of the way. There we go. I love that little sunflower pocket. Okay, now our little guy, he's got to have something to hold his poor little head on. Let's see here. Let me get this in our tweezers. Like his little head is all tied up with hay. Maybe it's stuffed with hay. So I'm going to add that right across his little neck. He matches perfectly. He's a very nicely dressed Scarecrow. Oh my gosh, he's so dang cute. Look at that. He's precious. If you wanted to make his little face fancy, you could, you know, add little cheeks or all kinds of fun, good stuff to him. Okay, now we've got a very simple, easy peasy layering crow that's going to perch on our little friend's shoulder here. Right over the top. There we go. And we don't want to forget his little wing. Easy peasy. And to add a little something to him, I'm actually going to take, let me get, there we go. And I like to do their little eyes. This is just a black glaze pen. I love these little glaze pens because not only does it give you that shiny black, let's do a little bit of his beak. The shiny black, but it dries a little bit raised is the best way to describe it. And I'm going to leave him pretty simple, just like that. Let me kind of tilt him in the light, but he's going to be sweet. We can perch him up here. We can put him on this little arm. I'm just going to leave him just like that. All right, let's make sure I have all my ducks in a row here, and then we're going to start building this card. So I've even got grass here, or hay. I should call it hay, maybe. Little pieces. His post, and I think we're all good to go. I followed all the directions on my layering guide here, but you'll notice if you wanted to make him more winter looking or just have a little scarf on his neck, you could do that, but it's super simple to put everything together. All right, let's get busy here. So what I've done is I have an orange card base that everything's going to kind of tie in here. And then I have pulled some of the pattern paper out of the same paper pad that all of his little outfit came out of. So I love this little like pumpkin, sunflower, daisy patch. Let's look at the other side. We've got a pretty turquoise with some daisies. So I'm simply going to adhere this flat. Now I did trim down my pattern paper. I like to do that most of the time. I do that. I like to have this little border or margin right around the edge. I think it makes our cards look a little fancier than, you know, what they really are. You know, it takes no time at all just to trim down the edge, and then the recipient is going to think that we've spent more time on it than what we really did. Now I'm making a little spot, a little nesting place, so to speak, for all of my little goodies. And, there's no need. You could make it fancy with like ink blending the land or the sky or whatever. No need. We can make it really simple just with a scalloped die, little rectangle, and I'm going to pop that right in the center. And I like to hold it right in front of my eyeballs to make sure that we get that pretty straight. Let me adjust just a hair. Pretty straight there. Let's see, the paper is so pretty. And I can give you another little flip through that paper pad. It really is a good one. And there's another paper, this one. This one is kind of another look at the same paper, but it's dark navy. That navy doesn't show on my screen very well, but it's a really pretty navy background. And then this one is the more turquoise, of course. Okay. So to go on my little scene here with my Scarecrow, and I'm actually going to pick this little guy up. He needs a name. I don't know what his name should be. Do we name scarecrows? George. There we go. George the Scarecrow. Chad jumped in and said George. I'm going to get rid of my stickies here. All right. Now, to pair with my Scarecrow, I have a bale of hay. Now, let me show you where the bale of hay came from. This is an older die set. It actually came out last fall. But one of the fun things that especially Lisa and I try to do when we're putting together and coming up with the ideas for new releases is how can we use the new stuff with stuff that we have previously released, right? We want everything to kind of play nicely together and things fit and coordinate and things like that. So the bale of hay and the little farm cart is perfect to go with the little Scarecrow and some of the stuff that we have out. And then for my wagon wheel, this is another beautiful set from Kelly Taylor. This came out last fall as well. It's called Grateful Gatherings, excuse me. But you can see it's these beautiful little gatherings of gourds and pumpkins and sunflowers. Well, it's got this awesome wagon wheel die. And I thought that is going to be the perfect size to go with my Scarecrow. So don't be afraid to pull out, the dies from your stamp sets or old dies and see if they mix and match and they can go with some of your new things that you're adding to your stash. So the first thing that I'm going to add the wagon wheel from Kelly's stamp set, or that coordinates with Kelly's stamp set. And I'm going to hang it right off over to the edge over here. And I cut this out of, excuse me, I don't know if you can see it. I cut this out of the Tim Holtz Distress wood grain paper. Tim's awesome paper that has all the texture, whether it's wood grain or leather, or he's got different ones. I cut this out of some of that fabulous paper and then just ink blended the brown with gathered twigs. So easy peasy. Now, this is what that bale of hay that comes with the little cart. Let me pull it out here. So it's actually a bale of hay that comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the baling wire, but 4 pieces. And then when you stack it all up or layer it up, you get this fabulous bale of hay that's got all this fun like texture to it. And it's so fun. And I just cut that out of yellow paper, and then the same dirty brush that I, brushed the color on the wagon wheel. I just made this look a little bit more hay-like. All right, so this guy, I think I'm going to, do I want to pop him up or do I want to glue him down? I may actually do this first. You guys are kind of seeing my brain turn here. And I may not end up using these. Let's see. But I think what I'm going to do is pop this guy up right back here. It's one of those cards that you have an idea in your head and you're like, oh, that's all going to look fabulous together. This is going to go something like that. And then I may kind of nestle this guy. We're gonna see how this all is going to work out. All right. Or do I want to put this on top? I may do that. And as crafters, how many times, hold on, we're gonna have to have one of my Kelley conversations. This is what we do. How many times as crafters are we allowed to change our mind until the glue dries, right? We need to come up with a consensus here of how many times can we change our mind. There's no decision. It's not a final decision until the glue dries, right? Somebody please tell me I'm not alone in my, what do you call it when you can't make up your mind? My indecisiveness in card making. Let's see, a lot. Thank you. All the time. Yes. Let's see who the Scarecrow adore as a topper for a cupcake. It totally would. Make put a little stick or something that's a little bit more because this is just paper, a little bit more hardy to stand it up. You know those cute little party straws that come in all different colors? You could glue him to one of those cute little party straws. Let's see here. And we're going to place this. I'm going to place this. I'm going to go right about here. And we're going to set him down. Just like so. And then I think I'll pop up the little guy on here. All right. So I'm going to take some of our little foam dots. And I'm going to look up here. As I'm gluing, I like to see, I feel like I've been left out of the conversation here. I got to look up and see what all of my friends are all chatting about. All right, so I'm going to get this guy about right here.
They're just chatting away.
They're just
what you're doing.
That I know. That's what we do. That's what we do. We normally, for those of you that are here, obviously with scrapbooking cards, but don't normally join me on Monday nights over on the Honeybee channel. Normally we're live on Mondays and Wednesdays. And so I know a lot of my friends are here and I love that they joined us. I tell everybody, so our friends from Scrapbooking Cards, I tell everybody all the time, I think Catherine and Megan are both here, that Honeybee Stamps, we have the bestest little community on our live streams, just the nicest people. And a lot of them are here tonight because I see all of their names. All right, so this little guy, excuse me while I cough or clear my throat. He could sit on this little guy's shoulder. I think that is precious. Look at this. So, and it like ties in with the wagon wheel and all that good stuff. Okay, I don't know. I don't even think I'm going to add his little hay things. That goes here. So you could have like the little hay or grasses or whatever. I think I'm just going to leave it with the bale of hay. Now, here's the hard part for me is I love like doing this part and I get so carried away with like building the little scene and doing all the little dies and the things that the sentiment is often like the hardest part for me. But we've got this adorable set that's called Something to Crow About. And let's see, Something to Crow About. Hey there, good looking. Hanging with my chromies. Harvest happiness with a hint of hay. See, that's adorable with the hay bell and the little scarecrow. Scarecrow kisses and harvest wishes. That would be adorable too. And I just cawed to say I love you. A little bit of, who is that? Stevie Wonder, if you were a crow. All right. So what do you guys think? You guys tell me in the chat. I'm going to get a little drink of my Diet Coke. And you tell me what sentiment you think would be the cutest to go with our little hay bale and our wagon wheel and our cute little scarecrow. Thank you, Marilyn. let's see here. What does Gretchen say? I noticed too, maybe because SCT magazine. Yes. We're the Chromies. No makeup Monday. We normally have, so Catherine and Megan and all of our friends at SCT, normally Kelley does what I call no makeup Monday on Monday nights. And see, our friends over here are all about the no makeup. They're like, who is this lady? We don't recognize her with her hair done and her makeup on. But I did. I got dressed up for scrapbooking cards today. I did. Harvest happiness. I'm kind of thinking that one too. That would be adorable.
Scarecrow kisses votes.
There was a lot of Scarecrow kiss. Okay, you pick, Chad. What are they saying?
Oh, I get to pick?
Yeah, you pick.
Don't put that pressure on me.
I know. I told you it's hard to pick. It's hard to pick a good one.
What do we have? We have harvest happiness.
No, I'm not telling you to pick. I'm telling you to say what are our friends telling us.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm reading what you got on the screen.
All right, you read it.
Okay. I think I'm seeing mostly Scarecrow kisses. Scarecrow kisses it is.
Okay, Scarecrow kisses.
So it is written, so it shall be done. So
it is written, so it shall be done. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to grab good old white cardstock here. So let me move our little Scarecrow friend here, and let's do Scarecrow kisses. All right, so let's just pop it up here. Oops, come on now. Cooperate. And I'm just going to use good old Intense Black. Good old Stampin' Ink. Here we go. Third time's a charm. There we go. Let's pull that out. And then I am going to pull out the coordinating die. Now, let's see here. Let's see if you all know this trick. Kelly Taylor, I believe, taught me this trick. Do you guys know this trick with your sentiments? Like if you have these fabulous sentiment dies and you're wondering, like, I never know what stamp goes with what die. Did you know you can kind of flip it over or flip your stamp set upside down and find it? Did you guys know that trick? I didn't until probably about a year ago. Okay, Scarecrow Wishes. I think it is this one. Let's see if I'm right. There we go. The tricks we learn as crafters, right? All the little things. Anything that helps us and makes our life easier, I'm all about that. So I'm going to make sure that this little guy is all lined up nicely. And then I'm going to run this through the die machine. And I just got a fancy new die machine and it is so quiet. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, let's see here. There we go. All right, now this little guy is going to be all ready to go on the card. There we go. We'll pop it out. And then let's adhere it down. And I think we'll just add it flat because we already have all the texture with the hay bale.
They're asking about your new die machine.
Oh, the new die machine. Well, it's new to me. I'll tell you that. It's new to me. It is the it's the Anna Griffin Empress. And I've been a Gemini girl and I love my Gemini. And so when we were in Oregon at the warehouse, I saw that Honeybee Stamps had these die machines. And I do all of our customer care for Honeybee Stamps. I don't know, most of you probably know that, but some may not. But I hear our customers talking about it. And so I was looking at it and thinking Melissa was so kind and she gifted me with this new die machine. And I have to say it's fab. It's fabulous. So Anna Griffin Empress. All right, you guys. Look at that. Look, a little fall cutie card. So let me show you the pattern paper. And then I will let you guys get back to your Monday evening, okay? So this is the pattern paper that all of his outfit and the cute little background and everything was cut from, is the fall is in the air. And Honeybee, we're really good, I should say, about, we have lots of little embellishments and things that go with this as well, like pearls and gems and all the things that color coordinate. So let's do a tiny little flip through, and I won't keep you very long, but we've got the sentiment strips. We've got florals, tone on tone. This was his overalls that you saw here, was cut out of that. And then there's that navy pumpkin patch. There's the teal, beautiful tone on tone that's just great for any background. This color, or this is his hat. Pretty yellows, orange leaves, sunflowers, tone on tone. You can see the pumpkins in the background here. More beautiful florals, poppies. I love this one. I can't wait to use that on something. I just love the colors in that one. And we've got beautiful plaids. This is his shirt. And there we go. All done. So fall is in the air. All right, you guys. Let's see if there's any questions before I let you all get back to your Monday evening. Let's see here. It is a great, hey, Betsy Green. Let's see here. All right. I think that's it. All right, you guys. So this is the Lovely Layers Scarecrow, part of our new Falloween release. Don't forget to go check out the Scrapbook and Cards Today blog, because I know they're doing lots of giveaways. There's been so many awesome partners that have done live streams and shared all of their releases and all their wonderful things. So make sure you go check that out. Thank you. And I think that is it. I think that's all for us. I would love to have all of you join us on Monday or Wednesday nights on our live streams. That's on the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel. And I hope to see you. I recognize some of your names. I hope to see you in Crop and Create as well. All right, you guys. Thanks for having me, Scrapbook and Cards Today. It's always so much fun. And I'll see you again next time. Bye, friends.